What's up, guys? It is your boy Bernardo from the BTN HD, and if this is your first time checking this guy out, make sure to hit that subscribe button to get the latest and greatest on Lenovo products. Now, it's almost been 2 weeks that I've been testing out the Yoga X1 third generation, right? You're probably saying to yourself, what do you mean about third generation? It's the third one that Lenovo released, and this is the 2018 one, the business convertible lineup. And today is all about the review. Hopefully you guys checked out the unboxing / first impressions. I got some good and I got some bad, and so let's get started. All right, so let's take a closer look on the ThinkPad X1 YOGA, the 2018 business convertible laptop. Now, Lenovo sent me a good review unit, so we're actually going to click on the taskbar, go to Task Manager. Let's get inside the Performance tab and look at the specs. Now, this model that I have been using throughout the 2 weeks is a good one. We're rocking a quad-core Intel i5 8th generation processor. It is a 8250U with a clock speed of 1.60 gigahertz. Now, you're able to go inside BIOS and enable Turbo, which is going to bump it up to 3.40, that's really good. For memory, we only have 8 gigs of memory, and that's onboard memory, and you can max it out to 16 gigs, which we're going to go over with the pricing and the different models that Lenovo kind of provides on their site. For disk, it is going to be a Samsung solid-state drive. The one that they provided, if I do a Windows Z, let's go inside this PC. They gave me a 500 gigabyte solid-state drive. It's pretty cool. I think the highest that they go is 1 terabyte. And for graphics, it comes with the standard 8th generation Ultra HD Graphics 620. Now, this guy is classified as a business convertible laptop. And the reason why is because of the pricing. So let's go inside the Lenovo site. And they actually have a 10% discount that's going to last April 26th. So take advantage of it. And the reason why you need to take advantage of it, because look at this. It's touchscreen, so I'm going to use the touchscreen. The starting price is going to be $1,500. Holy moly. So we're going to go here in the tech specs. And there's a lot of different flavors that you can get on the ThinkPad X1 YOGA. Again, you're definitely going to get the 8th generation Intel quad-core processor. You can get it up to an i7 8650U processor. And the clock speed on the 8650U is going to max it out with turbo, is going to be 4.2 gigahertz. Now, the primary operating system is going to be Windows 10 Pro. Lenovo does recommend Windows 10 Pro. I don't know why they put Windows 10 Home. The graphics card is definitely going to be the Ultra HD Graphics 620. And as you can see on the site, up to 16 gigs on board. And for storage, you definitely get that 1 terabyte NVMe solid-state drive, super fast. Now, for camera, this is pretty cool. You have 2 options with the camera. You're going to get the HD 720 with the Think shutter, or you could get the infrared camera. Now, the bad thing about getting the infrared camera is you're not going to get the Think shutter. And I'm assuming you're going to pay a little bit more money if you get the infrared camera. Now, the battery life, they say up to 15.4 hours. The one that I received as a review unit is the full HD with a resolution of 1920 by 1080, 14 inches, all 3 flavors. On the second one, you could get the 2K. And on the third one, you're going to get the high dynamic range with the 2K display. It is IPS with anti-reflective, which is kind of true. Now, the anti-smudge that they advertise on the site, I don't think it's true because this guy gets dirty really quick. I'm constantly using the rag to keep it clean. I do love the fact that only 2 models have 300 nits for the brightness. Again, if you spend more money, you're going to get that 500 nits. That means there's a lot of bright, real bright. I think this is the brightest that I have on the display. Let me see if I could bring it all the way down. And that's the darkest. And again, this is the model of the full HD. This is 300 nits. For the microphone, it does have that far field microphone technology on it. It definitely works for Cortana with Windows 10. Now, for security, it has a lot of features, and this definitely works for us IT admins that work at our jobs. It has fast identity online. It has DTPM. I love that, which kind of encrypts the hard drive. Just make sure you enable it within the BIOS. It does have the fingerprint reader. It's the same thing as the X1 Carbon that I did the review for you guys. It's self-explanatory. It's a fingerprint reader. Nothing new about that. I had the Think Shutter. The Think Shutter, I'm kind of like weird about it because you got to really dig in there to open it up and close it. Color's black with color-coded hinges, and then you got the silver. I think the one that I have is black. I love the black one. Not too big of a fan with the silver one. The input-outputs, we're going to go over that later. But I want to go over the pricing with you guys. So, again, the starting price is going to be around $1,700. Again, it says $1,500 is because you're going to be saving 10% if you take advantage of it. But I want to show you guys the most expensive one in the list right now is going to cost you around $2,500. And that's with the 10% discount. If you do not have the 10% discount, you're going to be paying $2,800. Now, this is not a laptop for home users. This is a laptop for those individuals that are consultants or working at their job and a 9-to-5 job. This is a business class laptop, not a home laptop. Don't get me wrong. If you got the money to spend $2,800, go right ahead. You could buy it and use it at home. Okay. But what are you going to get for $2,800? For $2,800, you're definitely going to get the i7-8650U series processor. The clock speed on that is going to be 1.90, and you can max it out with 4.20 with Turbo Boost. Again, operating system is the same, Windows 10 Pro. This one, you're definitely going to get that beautiful 14-inch 2K display with the IPS multi-touch. I think all the models have multi-touch, and you're going to get that 500 nits. This one is definitely going to get the 16 gigs onboard memory. You can't flip this guy over, open it up, and then replace the memory. You're stuck with 16 gigs. That kind of sucks. You're definitely going to get the Ultra HD Graphics 620, 720p HD camera with the Think Shutter. The only way that you could get the infrared camera is if you built it, which the first two options that you have to build it on your own. You're definitely going to get the ThinkPad Pen Pro, fingerprint reader, backlit keyboard, super bright. I'm very happy about the keyboard. I'm going to talk about that with you later. And the less expensive one would be, if you're not building it on your own and you just want it pre-built, it's going to cost you $1,700. Again, $1,700 is after the savings. But if you don't take advantage of that, you're going to be paying $1,900. And for that, you're going to get basically what I have. The i5 with the 1.60, full HD, 8 gigs of memory, the 512 solid state drive, the 620 again, you're going to get that with all the models. So cool. All right, so the battery. Yes, the battery. So the way I like testing my battery with all my laptops is the following. I use PC Mark 8. They have multiple tests. I like to use the Creative one. And I run it. What it does, it open up different programs and constantly into a loop until the battery just drains to a certain percentage and it stops. Now, I run that 3 times and then I charge the battery again. Second time I do it again, charge it, blah, blah, blah. On the 4th one, I do a full 100% on the laptop and I take it home. And I leave the battery, the adapter, to plug it in to get juice, to charge it up. I leave it at my lab, and I just take the laptop fully charged, and I use it. That's going to be the 4th test, which I'm going to show you guys once we're done here. Now, on the battery test 1, it gave me 4 hours, okay? Again, remember, it's constantly using it. It's really rare for a user to use a machine just non-stop. If you're a workaholic like myself, most likely you will use the laptop until it drains. Now, on the second one, again, it gave me 4 hours and 51 minutes, okay? I charged it up again. I ran PC Mark, and the last result was 4 hours and 53 minutes. Now, when I took it home, I had a little bit different experience. First things first, the battery charge. The battery charge is super, super fast. As you can see on my Excel sheet, at 2 p.m., I had 17%. And to get a full 100%, it was about an hour and 54 minutes. That's not that bad. That's pretty cool, right? So at 2:09 to 2:57 p.m., I already had 87%. The port that you're using to charge this device is a Thunderbolt 3, so you're definitely going to get that fast charge. Now, battery, normal usage. And this consists of me taking it home, turning it on, installing like Chrome, Firefox, Notepad++, my Discord app, logging into my Chrome, checking email, watching movies within Hulu as well as Netflix, and doing all other stuff. Now, I started using it around April 12th, and I got a good 3 hours, okay, 100% straight at 8:19 at night. And, you know, I shut it down for the night around 11:37. It was right 53%, okay? Now, the next day, 4:13, around 10:11, I turned it on. And it's kind of weird that I ended with 53%, but when I turned it on the next day, it was 49%. So that's a major concern. That's weird. Around 11:05, I didn't turn off. It just went to sleep. It went to hybrid mode. And the next morning, around 12:02, I woke up and I realized that the machine was still up and running. But it stayed on 38%, which is pretty cool. And I just closed the lid. And then I woke up in the morning on the 14th, around 7:40 a.m. I opened it up and it was around 33%. And it started around 8:55 in the morning. It went inside battery save mode. Battery save mode, what it does is just turns the little guy into like a green friendly and tries to save or conserve energy. It kind of like dims the display and turns other things off to conserve power. Around 9:39 in the morning, it started beeping and yelling at me. It was around 14%. I kind of closed the lid around 9:47. That right there was 2 hours straight. And then at 8:43 at night, I opened it up. It started beeping real loud around 8:45. That's 10%. And around 9:03 p.m., 6%, it just auto shut down on me automatically. That gave me 33 minutes. So a total of 3, let's say 3, 4, right here. This is 5, 6, 7, close to 7, 7.5. I could probably pushed it maybe 8 hours, 7, 8 hours. Compared to what Lenovo's advertising on the site, 15 hours is really, really rare. Now, a lot of you guys always ask me during the comments when I do these reviews, how about the heat or the noise? And I always forget to mention that during the video. I kind of make it up for you guys when I push out an Instagram clip. But this time I am going to do it on this review. So I noticed within the heating, the pinpoint source is around this area right here and around the monitor. Okay, it doesn't get extremely hot when you're using it on your lap, which is great. Again, it is a laptop, but it gets really warm right here. Okay, this little area right here. Now for noise, I did notice some noise at the very beginning. I don't know if I got used to it, but the noise did come around this area right here. It was pretty loud. At first, the machine wasn't really doing as much, but it did get loud and then it cooled down itself. It's not the type of noise that you definitely need to box it up and then ship it out and say, hey, Lenovo, it's broken. I think it's just one of those things at the fan. Something was happening behind the scenes. I know I kind of rendered one of my videos using the Yoga X1 using Camtasia, and the noise did go up, but it went down again. But it's not one of those things that you have to be concerned. Now, one of the cool perks that I like about the ThinkPad X1 YOGA, the 2018 version, or the Gen 3, or the Generation 3, whatever you want to call this beautiful, very expensive hybrid laptop, it comes with a stylus pen, or AKA the ThinkPad Active Pen. Now, it is extremely hard testing the battery life on this guy. Lenovo does advertise a 15-second charge. You place it right here, charges up 15 seconds, and you automatically have about 100 minutes to use it. Now, when I was testing it out, I kind of stretched it out more than 100 minutes, and I was capable of using it maybe 3 or 4 or 5 hours, but it really depends on how much you're using the active pen. Right now, I removed it overnight, and it's completely dead. Nothing is moving, right? It's really hard to know the battery life. Okay, like right now it's completely dead. right? I don't know if it went to sleep or what. If I slide it in here to the side, and let's wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Let's take this guy out. Right, it's close to 15 seconds, and voila, it's active. Now, one of the things I do not like about this active pen in the Yoga is there's no indicator. There's no little icon or anything. I have to physically go into the Lenovo Vintage app, right? These are the steps that I have to go into to see the status of this. And they don't give you a percentage. Lenovo, you need to fix that. If I go inside hardware settings, and within hardware settings, let's go to input. Again, look at all the steps that I have to do to check the status on the active pen. Let's go all the way to the bottom. This is what they give you, a question mark. You have to physically touch it for 5 seconds and it turns green. That's it. That's your indication that you have power to the pen. Like, I would definitely love to see in the future a percentage or a nice little icon on the system tray stating the percentage on this pen. This sucks. I don't like that I have to go to find an app and go inside hardware settings, and then hardware settings, I got to go to input and input. I got to go all the way and down, find it, and then I have to hold for 5 seconds for this to pop up. I do not like that. You need to change that, Lenovo, ASAP. So how about the trackpad and the keyboard and the display? Because these are the 3 most used areas on any laptop. For the trackpad itself, didn't have any problems. I do miss that it didn't have that little line in the middle to tell me the difference between left and right, you know, but it's okay. Super smooth. I do like the feel of it. I like it more than the X1 Carbon, because the X1 Carbon has like kind of glass feeling. This one has like kind of a smooth, suede, like carbon fiber kind of material. I think that's what it is. The size of it is pretty cool. I have a couple nickels and dimes. I'm going to put one right here to the edge. So it takes about 4 nickels. About 4 nickels and a dime. So that's basically the size that you're dealing with on the trackpad. And that's a nice real estate. For the keyboard itself, super bright. It is LED backlit. Hold the function key and hit the space bar. Love the keyboard. And I love the keyboard even more because it has the wave technology. So when you change it to a tablet, it sucks in. That's awesome. I love that. That's that. Cool. And the keyboard itself is really, really nice. I felt really, really comfortable, especially with big hands. So I'm able to type real fast without making any mistakes, like hello, world. I mean, the keys are spaced out correctly to the point that if I'm typing real quick, I'm not making any mistakes. The distance between your home keys and the trackpad is dead on. I'm able to keep them there and still move the mouse around with no problem. It's really rare to use your thumb on the trackpad, but if you need to do something real quick, you're able to do it. Now for display, it is a beautiful 14-inch display. Unfortunately, I got the unit that has the full HD, not the 2K version. It's okay. And this is the resolution of 1920 by 1080. You're going to get the Think Shutter, and it really depends on which model you want or how you customize it. You are able to get the IR camera. I do sometimes find it difficult of sliding it manually. You got to like put your nails into it, dig into it, because you could do this too if you want, like slide it, but sometimes it jams. But if you just get that little dash, and then just pull it. All right, so the X1 ThinkPad, the Yoga one, has a lot of ports. If you got the laptop to the point that you're able to open it up like this in front of you, on the right-hand side, you have a lot of ports. You have your HDMI, you have your 3.0, you have your native Ethernet with adapter. You need to purchase an additional accessory to get your Ethernet. Kind of sucks, right? You got your combo jack, which allows you to hook up your mic and headphone, and then you got your power button. On your left-hand side, you have two Thunderbolt 3 ports, and one of them is the one that you hook up your power to juice it up. And then you have one more 3.0 USB port, which is always on. Now on the back side on the X1 Yoga, you have a nice little compartment right here. If you open it up, it allows you to insert a micro SD card and as well as a SIM card to go mobile LTE, which you could always have internet on the fly. Now the build itself is pretty sturdy. It's a combination of carbon fiber and glass fiber and magnesium. There's a crap load of elements, scientific elements, that makes this X1 super strong, super sturdy. It's pretty solid too. I would love to see if Lenovo will allow me one of these days to just smash it to see if it's really durable. But I can't cough up $1,800 to do that for you guys. Oh, I'm so sorry. Overall, guys, I did enjoy this machine. Some of my main concerns was the battery life. The fact that it was closed lid, or I shut it down, I turn it on, and I already lost 3 to 5%. That's a major concern. The heating is not a big problem. Again, the only heating issue that I found out was just that centralized location. At first, I got worried of the fan noise, but I think I'm so old, my ears got used to the noise. I don't hear it anymore. Now, one of the major concerns about the laptop is that it is super, super expensive. This guy definitely belongs in a 9-to-5 work environment. If you're capable of handling $1,800 to $2,700 for your home, go for it. If not, this is for work usage. Those individuals that love to do designing, you are capable of doing a little bit of Photoshop, Illustrator, rendering. The only rendering that you could do is probably 1080p. You can't go 4K because you're probably going to kill the machine. Okay, it's going to be really slow if you're using Adobe Premiere. Adobe Premiere uses a lot of memory and processor power. You definitely cannot edit a native 4K video with this guy. 1080p, no problem. Rendering, no problem. This is the machine that you would get. But it's not home usage. Again, it's work environment. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this review on the Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Yoga, 3rd generation, 3rd gen, 2018, whatever you want to call it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them at the bottom. Don't forget about hitting that like button. And I catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.